I would appear to be live. Well, hi Catherine, how are you? You're oh, back up to 2 again. How you doing, Catherine? Sitting here at an undisclosed location. It's unbearably hot here. I can't believe how hot it is at 7 o'clock at night. It's bizarre. And of course, it's all manufactured. Good to be seen. I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it. Thorn, how you doing, brother? How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I thought that you maybe were in LA for a minute. Where I said I was earlier, and I was thinking, wow, are we neighbours? Hello, Marie, how are you? Nice to know that you're there. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm just waiting to see a couple more faces pop up. I don't want to. What do you think, guys? Well, here we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Hi, Muriel. How are you? Nice to know you're there. So anyway, it's Mr. Doom and Gloom again. I am gravely concerned that we're going to be under martial law by about November 6th. I'll be, you know, it's been a while since I've been live. It's been a while since I left Standing Rock, etc. But I have not left the saddle. I came back to LA to find that I had 6 arrest warrants for 30 grand a piece, so I had to run around and get those rescinded, and then I had to deal with I got a couple dismissed, had a couple of jury trials. One was declared a mistrial, supposed to start that all over again. I highly suspect that they will not. I don't really care. If they want to be there, I'll be there. Anyway, I'm gravely concerned. There's an action supposed to be happening on November 4th. It's a national thing. They estimate 5 to 8 million people. It's called Refuse Fascism, and it depends on whose reports you want to believe. There's talk that the Black Panthers are back together again, for example, and that there's been $25 million worth of money and weapons donated to them, and they're going to get together with Black Lives Matters and M13 and every other gang, and they're going to start shooting white people. Don't know where that story comes from. I don't know if it's unfounded. I don't know. Last time, you know, there was similar rumours that there would be violence. Thank goodness there was none. I don't know. All I know is I don't like it. They also reckon that the Donald, or Prez, has assembled 4 million troops, supposedly. I find that hard to believe. But anyway, he has troops in training right now. I can assure you there have been Russian soldiers on American soil for the last 3 years that I know of, and there's been Chinese soldiers on American soil down in San Diego, California. They're here for a reason. I honestly believe we'll be under martial law. That's why I need to talk to our vets. We all need to talk. There's a bunch of people. I need to talk to vets. I need to talk to American Legion. I need to talk to veterans of foreign war. I need to talk to all media. I need to talk to these people refuse fascism, which I'm already doing. I need to talk to Agape Church, which I'm already doing. I need to talk to the people, as in we there, which I'm trying to do, and maybe with the help of some of you guys we can get this word out there. That's the people I need to talk to. The people I need to talk about are enemies, foreign and domestic, and we have both. That's why we need our vets to step up right now. We're well out of time. Our vets took an oath to protect us from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And like I say, we have both, and we're in need of our vets to intervene and protect us. A foreign enemy is the British Accreditation Registry, which is every attorney in this country is a member of the British Accreditation Registry, which is under the Temple Bar in the city-state of London, which is not England. It's the city-state of London, which is actually a country, if you like. It's like in the same way that the Vatican is its own country, its own city-state, as is DC. Those are the three city-states. If you go to Washington, D.C., their flag has 3 stars on it. One is for the Vatican, one is for D.C., and one is for the city-state of London. It's a country. Every attorney in this country and around the world that holds a bar card, a British Accreditation Registry card, is a member of the Temple Bar in London, and they have accepted the title of Esquire. Esquire sits between a knight and a gentleman. Now here's the kicker. Any American that accepts a title of nobility from a foreign state has committed treason. And that is no lie, that is the law. And treason is still a hangable offence to this day. That's why when I broached this last time at Standing Rock, Angela from the Legal Collective started jumping up and down and said I was threatening to kill her. And that's why she took down or she and others took down my Facebook page. And I lost access to 5,000 friends. Now I've got like 20. So now I really got to, try and get the word out through a much, much smaller conduit. But anyway, that's the deal. Every attorney in this country, from every Supreme Court justice to a small claims court judge, every attorney, every prosecutor, every public defender, every private counsel, every bar card carrying attorney in this country, British Accreditation Registry, any American who accepts a title of nobility from a foreign state has committed treason. That's reason number 1 why we need intervention. Reason number 2 is, let me give you a brief history of time. In 1868, the American Bar Association was created by a bunch of elitist New York attorneys that all went to Ivy League schools. They basically did it so that riffraff like me would get kicked out and they would become more exclusive and they could make more money. So they created the American Bar Association in 1868. In 1913 they created the Federal Reserve Act. In 1933 they went upstate New York to J.P. Morgan's private estate in Jekyll Island. No, I keep saying upstate New York, it's not. Catherine will tell you where it is. Anyway, it's Jekyll Island, J.P. Morgan's private estate. Again, the same American Bar Association, they all secreted themselves for as long as it took, and then they took what we had for hundreds of years, which was common law, and they codified the entire thing. And then they walked into Congress on Christmas Eve when everybody else was at home drinking eggnog, and they superimposed codified law over common law, and they forgot to tell anybody. There's several significant things that happened in 1933. One of them was the bankruptcy of this country. This country went bankrupt in 1933. The Rothschilds bankrupted this country intentionally in 1933. Every judge in this nation has taken a secret oath to protect the bankruptcy of 1933, and if you ask them about it and they even acknowledge it, they'll go to jail for 10 years. They're all criminals. Our entire judicial system is in the hands of criminals, a foreign agency, a foreign state, spies, pirates, if you like. And that's why we need to stop giving them consent. They have no jurisdiction over any one of us until we give it to them. We are not subject to code and statute. We are exclusively subject to law, common law. If you cut me, I will bleed. Napoleonic code and statute can only be enforced against a consenting governed. That is in your constitution. We are not a consenting governed. When you walk into any courtroom, they don't have jurisdiction when you walk in there. They garner it, supposedly. They have a presumption of jurisdiction, and then they look for implied consent. They don't look for consent because they know they'll never get it. It's a complete scam, it's a complete con, it's a complete lie. Your entire life has been a lie. We need to get the word out there. We need to, our domestic enemy, let's talk about our domestic enemy. Our domestic enemy is the naivety of all law enforcement and our own naivety. There's not one cop out there that knows what a driver is. Not one. There's not one cop out there that knows what a person is. Not one. I have asked many. I have asked well over 100. They do not know. And neither do you. And it's all by design. The DMV knows what a driver is, the DMV knows what a person is, but the cops don't know and you don't know. So a guy that doesn't know gives a ticket to a guy that doesn't know, and the guy that doesn't know turns around and pays a ticket 95% of the time. In the state of California, that's $6 billion a year that goes directly to the Federal Reserve. Remember that secret oath that every judge took to protect the bankruptcy? Every dime that gets sucked out of the judicial system goes directly to the Federal Reserve as an interest-only payment for the bankruptcy of 1933. Every single dime that every American pays in income taxes, which is about $115 million per hour, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, every single penny of it goes directly to the Federal Reserve as an interest-only payment on a bankruptcy of 1933. Not one dime of your tax dollar goes to health, education, infrastructure, military. Not one red cent. Ronald Reagan told you this when he was president, when he assembled the Grace Commission. He said, I want to know where my tax dollar's gone. So they came back and he went, where? And they said, nothing. Nothing goes anywhere at all. It doesn't even touch the ground in the United States. The IRS is not an American agency. It's under the United Nations, which is a private corporation which is owned by the Rothschilds. By the time I'm finished talking, a bunch of Americans will have handed $115 million to the richest people in the world. And that's why they call us debt slaves. That's why we're all debt slaves, because we're paying interest only on a bankruptcy from 1933. We will never touch the principal. Your children will never touch the principal. Your grandchildren will never touch the principal. We're all debt slaves. Here's the kicker. All taxation is voluntary. Income taxes are unconstitutional unless it's an apportioned tax. An apportioned tax is a tax that everybody pays exactly the same, and that will never, ever happen. I need to impress on everybody the extent to which you've been lied to, and the only chance you've got is to stand up on the 5th of November and say, I now know what a person is. I now know that it's a firm, an association, a limited liability company, a co-partnership, and a corporation. I now know that I'm not a person. I now know that I've been lied to for a lifetime. I now know that the cops have been lied to for a lifetime. And I'm aware and I'm awake, and I'm not doing it anymore. And that's the only chance that we have got. If there's any violence on the 4th, you can forget it. We'll be under martial law by the 6th. That's why the Donald is your president. He is there to create unrest. He's there to create civil disorder so that he can justify the imposition of martial law. And it will be global. And it's coming, like I say, I reckon, if not by the 6th, within days of that. It depends on how many people they want to die before they impose martial law. They want to get rid of quite a few of us before they do. So it's up to them. So I'm basically asking everybody, begging everybody to contact every vet organisation that they know, every vet that they know. We have flyers, we have posters. I'm talking to VFWs, I'm talking to churches, I'm talking to the organisers of this thing. I'm saying, please have everyone put on a t-shirt that says, the definition of the word person will awaken you. If we can have thousands of people in 14 different cities across this country on the 14th or 15th standing there, declaring, what is this person thing? Everybody will ask, what is this person thing? And then when they get a full explanation, if they comprehend it, they will understand that it's the definition of that one word that nobody knows is what made them a slave for entire lifetimes, and we all are until we do something about it, and we are now out of time. We are completely out of time. So guys, I'm begging you, we've got to get this word out. We need 1% of this population to even hear this. 1%, that's 3 million people. And we've got about 10 days to do that. I tried this before on the 4th of July. Didn't go very far. I asked our media to stand down on the 2nd and declare themselves as a free media on the 4th. And I cannot tell you what happened. We went out to 1,700 media outlets, and I cannot tell you what happened, but something very specific happened, and it was very interesting. A very high-profile, mainstream, controlled media outlet got a message to me telling me that they could hear me loud and clear, but they couldn't quite do it just yet. They sent a message to me that they will emancipate themselves on the same day that we decide to emancipate ourselves. So we need to get our vets, we need to ask them for their help. We need to get them to approach our local police departments in the interest of peace, in the interest of knowledge, in the interest of declaring that we are all victims here. The police are victims, we are victims, our vets are victims. We're all victims of naivety, but it's an instilled naivety. It's one that was instilled in us by design, by our lords and masters. And we need to, like I say, waken one another up. If we can waken up the police department in one city on the 5th of November, and we can waken up the masses in one city on the 15th, if we can do it in 14 cities across this country, that's a liberty bell that they will never ever unring. That will reverberate across this country and around the world. Every former colony, Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, Canada, United States, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Pakistan, India, they're all in the hands of the city-state of London, because every judicial system that I just mentioned is in the hands of the British Accreditation Registry, the Temple Bar. They own the world, they rule the world. And they did it surreptitiously, and they did it with no authority. The bar, the American bar, any attorney, they have no legislative, congressional or other authority to be where they are. They simply installed themselves. They pirated the entire judicial system and installed themselves. It's a completely corrupted criminal system. Every judge in Los Angeles County gets paid $57,000 by the county, and they're not even employed by the county. They don't have a contract with the county. They're state elected officials. They get paid $187,000 a year by the state of California. The county of LA gives them $57,000 for judicial benefits, for cafeteria benefits. It's all nonsense. It's called a bribe. It's completely illegal. It was declared illegal. The judges had to run out and get themselves immunity. That's how you know it's a crime. They committed that crime against me in my last jury trial. I told the prosecution, you're compelled by law to tell this jury that the judge is on the take. And if you do not, you've committed a fraud upon the court. And then if the judge doesn't declare to the jury that he's on the take, then the judge has committed a fraud upon the court. Not only did they both commit a fraud upon the court, but the judge told me if I mentioned it to the jury that I was going to jail. I could not tell the jury what a driver was. I could not tell the jury what a person was. I could not tell the jury what a vehicle was. I could not tell the jury what the law that they were there to adjudicate was. The court promised that they would tell them the law. The court used a standard statewide thing called Cal Crim. And that's where they get their standard jury instructions from. And there's a standard jury instruction across the state of California, where every judge is basically, they get a script and they read the script and they tell the jury there's certain words that don't mean what you think they mean. But if there's a word in here that applies to you, we will give you the definition of that word. And then they don't. They give people the definition of the word driver, and they give the definition of the word driving, And guess what? The definition of the word driving starts with the word person. So people think they're being given the word driver and the word person, and they're not. They're not. They're being lied to. And I told the judge, I said, your jury instructions declare that you will give them the law. Will you give them the law? He said, yes, I will. He did not. I was convicted. But that's okay, because he's getting kicked off the case because he took bribes. I'm not worried about it. I'll get a new trial, and eventually they'll leave me alone. But anyway, guys, it's an entirely corrupted system. The DMV is entirely corrupt. My trial next month is because I got arrested at the DMV for asking awkward questions about what a driver is and what a person is. So they called the CHP and I was arrested. They just had a jury trial that they declared as a mistrial because I was a naughty boy. They're trying to force public defenders on me now, and there's no way in hell I'll accept any bar card carrier. I will not have a spy represent me in court. So it'll be interesting. But the point is, your entire life has been a lie. It's been a lie because of the definition of the word person, and all you got to do is learn that word and teach that word. And what I'm suggesting is that everybody pulls on a t-shirt, and it's a t-shirt that you can't buy. It's a t-shirt that you can only give away. If you donate $10, we'll give a t-shirt to somebody at one of these rallies. Hopefully somebody else will donate $10 and we can give one to you, because we want everybody wearing one of these t-shirts. If we can have 8 million people around this country wearing a t-shirt saying I'm not a person, this is over. This is over. The IRS is wiped out. The DMV is wiped out. The entire criminal judicial system that pirated their entire system, the British Accreditation Registry, the Temple Bar of London, they get to go back to London. That's why the title of this thing is Remember, Remember, the 5th of November. That's when Guy Fawkes in 1605 attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament in England. I thought it was a nice date for us to send the Temple Bar back to England. Remember, remember the 5th of November. But once again, guys, it's up to us. There's only a few of us, and we've got to get the word out, and we've got to do the best job that we can. I believe that everybody that you know and love is entitled to hear what I have to say. They're entitled to learn what a driver is. They're entitled to learn what a person is. They're entitled to learn what a bar card carrying attorney means. They're entitled to know who the criminals are, who the crooks are, and they're entitled to know who's telling the truth. And they may never get to hear that. They may never get. That's up to us and who we manage to reach. Because it's up to them to keep on reaching and keep on reaching and keep on reaching and hope that this thing pyramids. Hope this turns into a pyramid scheme with no all-seeing eye. We got to get the word out. It's life or death. I totally believe that it's life or death. I believe that everybody's entitled to know the truth. If they want to ignore it, go ahead and ignore it, but please do not ignore it on their behalf. Please do not ignore this on behalf of your children or your family or anybody that you love or care about. Please allow them to ignore this in their own right, which they cannot do until they hear it. For every 1,000 people that hear this, there's only one person that's going to get it. There's only one that's going to stand up, and that's the kind of odds that this thing is up against. But it's the last chance we got. It's a last-ditch effort. I honestly, sincerely believe we'll be under martial law very, very soon. And it's looking like activities on the 4th of November, whether orchestrated or otherwise, are going to... it's going to cause civil unrest, which is going to escalate. And it's all by design. It's all by design so that they can justify imposing martial law, which will be global. It will be global. Global martial law. That's what we're headed towards. So anyway, that's it, guys and gals. That's what you're looking forward to. I believe it is not far away. And, it's up to me. I cannot stop talking about it. I just got to keep talking about this until they take me away. Which is the first thing they'll do on the 6th of October, or when they decide to impose martial law. I'm one of the first guys to go. You will never see me again. You will never see people like me again. There will be pre-dawn raids a couple of days before they come to get anybody else, but they'll come and get guys like me. They know who we are, they know where we are, and they will come and get us out of the way so that we cannot organise any sort of dissent. But we're all headed that way, trust me. We're all headed that way. Massive population reduction, that's Agenda 21. How many people out there know about Agenda 21? Nobody. Nobody knows about it. Nobody's heard of it. The Georgia Guidestones, nobody's heard of it. Massive depopulation. They want to get down to 500 million people. They want to get rid of 7.3 billion people. This is not fiction, this is fact. It's out there if you know what to look for. But 99% of the population hasn't got a clue. They don't even know. They don't even know what Agenda 21 is. It's the agenda for the 21st century, and we've almost used 20% of that, and people don't even know it's happening. And it's happening. It's happening in Malibu, it's happening in Santa Monica, it's happening in the state of Maryland. Just got the first $300 million federal grant for sustainable housing. It's all nonsense, it's all bullshit, it's all Agenda 21, and the real plan is to kill people. Bill Gates, Ted Turner, the Pope, the Queen of England, Jacques Cousteau, and others. They all want to get the population down to 500 million. Jacques Cousteau, the famous oceanographer, said that we have to kill 325,000 people a day. So it's going to happen unless we prevent it from happening. And there's no point in taking up arms. You're up against the biggest army, the most powerful army in the world, and they have unlimited budgets. Don't even think about it. The only way to beat them is to cut off their legs. Just take out the support from underneath them. Stop giving them consent. Tell them, I now know, I am now awake. It's the only chance we got. So guys, I'm probably going to go live every day now, because I'm just going to keep talking about this until they come and take me away. Please post this everywhere. Please share. Tell everyone that you know and love that they got to learn about this. They got to understand what's going on. They've been lied to for lifetimes. We all have, and we are now heading into extremely dangerous times. Something's going to happen on the 4th. I want a peaceful resolution on the 5th. That's why I want our vets to involve. That's why I want as many people as possible to involve in a very, very peaceful t-shirt wearing event. That's all I want everybody to do, is pull on a t-shirt. Nothing else. Nothing else. Walk up to a cop, walk up to a police officer and say, hi, we are fellow victims, please learn the law. I just did. It will change your life. It's the only chance we got, boys and girls. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. I love you all. Thank you for being there. Thank you for listening. Please share, and let me know what you think. Talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye. Alright, I gotta get out of here.